Good day, this is Denver Fernandez here, and today I'll be doing the review of the Tovino Thomas starrer Kala. So, Kala can be told in two different ways. From one point of view, it's a story of a man who's living with his family, with his father, and he's very uncomfortable with his father, the bossy nature of his father. But his wife uh, does not mind him being bossy, and his wife is like a mediator between the father and the son. And he himself has a son, and he's trying to bring the son in a very masculine way, just as his father brought him up. And there is a tension within him. He has some kind of fear of the other. This is created through the mood of the film. It's not directly uh, told in the story in the beginning of the movie. So even in the beginning of the movie, you can see all these uh, techniques used by the director. So the director tries to communicate more using cinematic language like shots, symbolisms, uh, and editing, sound design, than the actual plot. Though the things that are happening are very natural, like the husband getting up, taking care of the son, cooking, servant, washing the dishes, etc. But within the subtext, you can find there is a fear building up. There is a fear of something, fear of not being able to live up to expectations. The plot also can be told this way: is the story of a man and his relationship with his dog. He spent his time hunting pigs, and he was a kind of hunting gatherer. His only aim was to survive. Of course, he did business in illicit liquor, etc. But one day, someone killed his dog, and he has to take revenge. He decides to take revenge on the person who killed his dog. So it's a John Wick story. But underlying uh, all these plots, you have this theme of man versus nature, the civilized man versus the savage, or the local dog versus the foreign breed. And this conflict stays on. It's, in a way, man has exploited nature, and he does not think that it's something immoral. It's part of his life. He has exploited nature. He has intruded into the forest and built up what he calls civilization. At the same time, he has also destroyed other men who are closer to nature, who are just surviving just like animals and birds. So this story is about the fight between these two men. One who consider himself masculine, civilized, and privileged, while the other just fights for his survival. And he needs to do the things he does in order to prove something to the world which does not recognize him. And this conflict is present throughout the film. The film also has a very good action direction, and in this film, in a way, is tribute to all those action movies you have seen. So actually, there is a meta reference to Jackie Chan's Armor of God, and this movie is, in a way, a good action movie. It has a lot of fights, and it could win a national award for its action sequences. So its action sequences last for long. Usually in a movie, action sequences are just to show the heroism of the protagonist, or they are just flashes of entertainment. Here action is raw and beyond entertainment, and that's what makes this movie Kala a special movie. So in the beginning of the movie, you actually see the main theme of the movie. It says man, or it says something about us human beings. So what is selfishness? So it talks about this famous Oscar Wilde quote, which I'll show in the end of this video, which actually talks about what is selfishness and what is unselfishness. uh, and I would like to talk about the ending of the movie. which actually is very striking. So in such a movie, which we have seen such movies earlier, like Bharathan, uh, in which an intruder comes to the house, but here the intruder has a reason. The reason is not directly. It may sound foolish to others. The reason be found foolish to others, but deep in his heart, that's an important reason. In a way, he symbolizes the hidden force in nature, the hidden libido in nature, and he even challenges the ego of the hero. So the protagonist's ego, Tovino's character's ego is the main villain, and this opposite character actually challenges that and uh, makes him realize something which he would not have realized had not uh, this guy taken a revenge in this manner. So let's go to the quote. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live. It is asking others to live as one wishes to live. And unselfishness is letting other people's lives alone, not interfering with them. Selfishness always aims at creating around it an absolute uniformity of type. Unselfishness recognizes infinite variety of type as a delightful thing, accepts it, acquaintances in it, enjoys it. It is not selfish to think for oneself. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. It is grossly selfish to require of one's neighbor that he should think in the same way and hold the same opinions. Why should he? If he can think, he will probably think differently. If he cannot think, it is monstrous to require thought of any kind from him. A red rose is not selfish because it wants to be a red rose. It would be horribly selfish if it wanted all the other flowers in the garden to be both red and roses. Oscar Wilde, The Soul of Man and Prison Writings. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe.